Lessons learned from the longest chapter in the Bible? Find out more on today's edition of Liberty at Home. Hi, and welcome to Liberty at Home. My name is Adam Rivero, and I'm the pastor of Liberty Baptist Church here in Easton. Our church is located at 800 Washington Street on Route 138. While you may not be familiar with our church, we've been serving the community here in Easton for the past 10 years. It was during the pandemic that we started Liberty at Home as a quick way to give a dose of hope to the folks who were sheltered in place, which was everybody during that time. And I'll admit the beginnings were humble. They were videos filmed on my iPhone using an ironing board for a pulpit. Wouldn't exactly call it high tech. But what started as a few quick videos for our church family turned into a series that brought biblical insight and encouragement to people far beyond what we could have ever imagined. Well, which brings us to today. And I'm so thankful to ECAT for the ability to film Liberty at Home in this state-of-the-art studio here in Northeastern and to bring you more of the Bible preaching and teaching that we believe is so important at Liberty Baptist Church. But really enough about the past. I want us to consider the future editions of Liberty at Home. And over the next several weeks, I'd like us to look at the longest chapter in the Bible, which is Psalm 119. The book of Psalms is often called the Hymnal of Israel, since each psalm is literally a song that would have been sung by those who worship the Lord. But have you actually ever read Psalm 119 before? It's a big one to be sure. The chapter consists of 22 individual sections broken into 176 verses. And the entire chapter has 2,445 total words, making the chapter, Psalm 119, longer than 21 entire books of the Bible. It's incredible. But what's the subject of Psalm 119? What's the chapter all about? Believe it or not, Psalm 119 is about the Word of God. Yes, Psalm 119 is the Bible's commentary on itself. In fact, of the 176 verses found in the Psalm, every verse except for 3 talk of the Scriptures. And you'll find several different synonyms for the word Scriptures tucked away in these verses, like commandments or statutes, judgments, laws, precepts, or simply the Word. But like a sledgehammer repetitively hitting the mark to drive a stake deep into the ground, God uses the repetitive nature of the verses to drive home the importance of the Word of God in our everyday life. But despite that repetitive nature, amazingly, the chapter has incredible variety. Psalm 119 is poetically arranged as an acrostic. There are 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and this psalm consists of 22 sections, with each section containing 8 verses. Each section then is assigned a letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and each line of that section begins with that letter. Psalm 119, it's like an exquisite diamond. When you hold a diamond up to the light, its facets radiate the brilliance of the diamond differently depending on how you turn it in the light. And in the same way, the psalmist holds up the Word of God for our viewing, and he turns it this way and that, allowing us to appreciate it for all of its brilliance and all of its glory. Jonathan Edwards, the great Puritan preacher from Northampton, Massachusetts in the 1700s, said this of Psalm 119, "I know of no part of the Holy Scriptures where the nature and evidences of true and sincere godliness are so fully and largely insisted on and delineated as in the 119th Psalm." The psalmist declares his design in the first verses of the psalm, keeps his eye on it all along, and pursues it to the end. Over the next few editions of Liberty at Home, I hope to highlight a different 8-verse section each week, showing the beauty, variety, and exhortation, the encouragement of each unit. I hope you'll join me for the journey. But for today, I want to leave you with verse number 18, which states this, "Open thou mine eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law." Will you allow the Lord to open your eyes to His Word this week? Whether you're a student of the Bible, a skeptic of the Bible, or even a scoffer of the Bible, will you open your heart to the great truths of this blessed psalm? I look forward to being with you again in the meantime next week as we dive into the first 8 verses of Psalm 119. Well, we'd also like to invite you and your family to Liberty Baptist Church. We meet at 800 Washington Street in Easton every Sunday and Wednesday. And you can learn more about our church at mylibertybaptist.org. Well, I'm Adam Rivero, reminding you that where the Spirit of the Lord, there is liberty. And we look forward to seeing you next time here on ECAT at Liberty at Home.